So it has your year end, 12/31 or 6/30. And then it had the 10/09 date, the gateway due date, the financial due date. So your year end is for school 6/30. Then the 10/09 date is by 6/30/2020. And then it's due in gateway by 8/29 of 2020.
That's the gateway, that's the cash basis.
Yes, the cash basis.
Financial
Oh, the extended financial due date would be 11/30/2020, so that's
Right,
what we call it.
the extended financial due date is the meaning of having it prepared, having your financial statements, having your books prepared, ready for an audit, based again, on again. Full throw records by the extended due date.
Just a quick point, everyone, in that schedule, the bottom of page 7, in the top line, the gateway due date says 3/1/2010, so this is 2020, right?
Right, that would definitely be a mistake.
Well, that's for the 12/31 dates.
Yeah, it's 2020.
Yeah, 2020, right?
Yes, 2020.
See, we even make mistakes. No. Shock, somebody will take it.
The next question is, how will multi-school building holding corporations be included or excluded for schools?
So when they say multi-school building corporation, I think they mean the holding corporations that they have, the outside entity. Those are mostly used for the debt that's issued to, construct the building and do a lease rental agreement with the school. In that situation, you need to identify what all that holding corporation is doing and do the potential component unit analysis that RSO talked about. And the guide that we're gonna have on our website, it's gonna have some of our analysis that we normally would do, so there should be a walkthrough that you can follow to do that analysis yourself in that guide.
Okay, I'm not sure if Chase, this will be for you as well, but will there be any interplay between federal ESSA school by school reporting with GAP or GASB? Is that?
So ESSA requirements, I think what that's asking is, ESSA requires schools to report expenditures by building level, and will that have any interplay with the GAAP financial statements? The answer is no.
I know the answer to this question, Paul, I'll direct this one to you. This is, should come from you to this group, but who will take precedence with guidance, SBOA or RSM's email address?
I always take precedent for guidance. Make no mistake about it. But the real answer to that question though is, the email address that you got, the answer to come out will come out in a consulting with each other, consulting with our directors, and that before an answer comes out, we will have went over it and answered it and approved any answer that comes from that email.
Thank you. I know the answer to this question, but I'll direct it to you, Joe. It says, is the slide deck available electronically?
I don't know how we orchestrate that.
Send it out to the email address.
Yeah, if you email that email address with your contact information, make that request, we'll make sure it gets sent out to you electronically.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
We can make this available through our website. One of the questions that came out earlier today, one of the things that makes this good, which I don't even know is possible, but I'm sure it is in today's world, got a copy of today's meeting itself. The video will be accessible through a website. I'm sure that's possible. And we'll do whatever effort we can, and it will have the documentation saying, I will come and do your audit, and then you follow it. Please have it ready to be done.
The next question I have is, are there going to be opinions regarding component units by type? Are there already opinions that exist that can be relied upon and agreed upon?
there's kind of different paths that this can take. So those discretely presented component units have their own column, they will have their own opinion. And whether or not that opinion comes from, I'm guessing the State Board of Accounts, or whether they rely on a different auditor.
We do often, I mean, RSM is doing some audits for us right now, Crow's doing some audits for us. We hire a lot of different people to go out there and do audits, so, you know, they could be offering that opinion, so it wouldn't necessarily just be.
Right. So you would refer to the other auditor's
That's
opinion
correct.
and incorporate it into their report. Both acceptable.
Okay, and I think the last question that I have, and then I'll open it up to the audience if they have any more. Bill, I don't know if you want to answer this one, even though you're not sitting up there, but this one says, where does the information come from to appropriately report pension liabilities?
Yeah, so as part of my presentation, if it's an in-pers plan, the information is available on their website, as I pulled up. However, if it's not an in-pers plan and it's locally administrated, then it's gonna be on you guys and the local administration on where that information comes from. I was talking with the city of Gary and some questions on that already. Any other specific questions, feel free to bring to my attention and we can work through it together.
In the guide that we plan to provide on our website, there's going to be a checklist and a list of items that you should include in the disclosure. So that'll be helpful to you as well.
You know, one of the things that I think is important to point out before questions get too far, this is not something you're going to do on your own. And you shouldn't try to just take it on yourself. You know, as always, the directors from our agency up here are here to help you make sure and ensure that you can do your work to the best of your ability. And they're always available. They will help you walk through this. This is not the final training on this. This is the start. As the year progresses, we'll be doing more, just even through the different, like the counties, the cities, the towns, to try to make sure that you get the information that you need, and if not, please don't hesitate to ask. We are here to help you. We want you to succeed.
Okay, so before I wrap it up, I want to make sure if you have any questions, if there's anything else, you have quite a panel in front of you. Is there anything else that you want to ask before you leave?
You have a bond lawyer here that probably costs $300 an hour. Ask questions. Ask questions. I mean, you know, especially when it comes to that. I mean, I can't answer any kind of legal questions.
I have a question.
This is new for a lot of us, and I can see that there may be an opportunity for different entities to need outside help. And I just wonder if our association, the Association of Indiana Counties and Municipalities and Schools, because I don't think it could be the State Board of Accounts, but maybe get together and try to get partners out there or solicit opportunities to get a very good, cheap hourly rate for this kind of help, because there's going to be a lot of need out there.
I think we have an association represented today. Maybe you can
Yes,
share a comment
well,
on
I'm
that.
talking to her. And I'm talking to Kathy Friend and a few other of the schools, and then, you know, if you're cities and towns, I'm not gonna volunteer to coordinate that effort, but I'm just thinking, you know, if we can get together and somehow do that and come up with a list of, you know, vendors that, you know, that they could coordinate and know that there's a lot of opportunity for work out there, I think that could help us. And the more they get familiar, like RSM, if they get a portion, or, you know, Umbah and Crow, we've got a lot of different ones out there, the more they do this at a local level, the faster they get as well. And so I just think there might be an opportunity for that.
Any other comments? Okay. None? You'll hear me, or do you want me to grab that mic? I'm just gonna wrap this up. You all hear me fine? Okay. Well,
Yes.
oh, you have questions?
Yeah, as far as component units are concerned, at, first glance, it seems a lot of them, for our county anyway, would be smaller units such as fire districts. will, is this, kind of trickle down effect, they'll be required to start reporting on an accrual basis so that it's going to be compatible with our statement.
That's correct. So if they meet the criteria for being reported as a component unit, whether it's discretely presented or blended, they will have to comply with GAAP for the type of entity that they are. So if they're another government, they'll have to comply with GASB GAAP. If they're a not-for-profit tax-exempt organization, they will have to comply with FASB GAAP. But you will incorporate their statements in with yours.
Would they have to actually have an audited financial statement on that, or would they just have to get the information from them that's based, that's been reported in GAAP format? Present or present?
Well, if you include their information and it's not audited and it's material to the financial statements, then you would have to modify your opinion on the report, because the auditor of the primary government is issuing an opinion on the discretely presented component units as one single opinion unit, so it has its own materiality. Or if it's a blended component unit, then the auditor, let's say it has that general fund, special revenue fund, part of the governmental activities and the governmental funds. If it's a major fund, they're expressing an opinion on that. If it's part of the non-major, it's still part of the opinion. So if it's significant enough that it exceeds materiality thresholds and it's not audited, you have no audit evidence with regards to those balances and accounts, so it would have to be some kind of modification to the opinion. If it's truly immaterial, probably not a big deal.
Could the state board audit those numbers?
Well, we do right now audit the fire territories. Once again, it would depend on how they present them to us. I would say you're probably correct. They're probably not even thinking that they may be a participant in this process.
Okay, again, just so I don't miss anybody, anybody else have a question?
Well, just to follow up on that though, so if we're identifying component units that need to be part of the reporting entity, and they may not even know that they're required, we better get out there and let them know that this is coming down the pipeline, because if we're incorporating their information and it's not on the right basis, or it's some departure from GAAP, that's going to affect the opinion on our financial statements. So potentially, if it's material.
That's a really good point.
That really was a good question.
Okay, well, to wrap this up, one of the things I always say is the better way to do things, we just need to find it. Whether it's hiring new internal people to add to your team, or whether it's training for your current staff, or bringing in consultants to help you with the conversion, or whether it's software changes, and having someone help you determine where you are today, how to get to where you want to be, and what the gap is in between. So the thing is, we have a couple, thank you. Sorry. Just so last two slides. I mean, you see a slide that says resources and contact information. There's a lot of information out there to help you besides what we did today. Whether it's the Government Accounting and Auditing Financial Reporting Book, normally referred to as the Blue Book, GFOA, GASB, the Indiana State Board of Accounts, RSM. There's all kinds of things we can do to help you, whether it's training, modifications to your system, help you with doing the backroom accounting end to get your audit ready, drafting year-end financial statements and notes, actuarial assistance, or even implementing the GASB standards. You feel free to contact us. There's that email we've showed you today, HEA1009@rsm.com, and we will respond to it right away to help you. But also want to let you know, having been in the government business almost my whole career, one of the things that you all probably need as well is selling the message to your governmental leaders, the oversight boards, that this is a heavy lift. This isn't an easy thing. Just go out and do this today with the people you already have and the money you already have. So if you need any help, I encourage you to get in touch with us. We can come out and spend time with you. to find out, and the first time it'll be like a scoping type of concept where you don't get charged for it, but just here you are today, here's where you need to be, here's a gap in the middle, here's how to get there. Oh, and by the way, if you want us to go talk to your oversight board, we can help them understand. An independent third party is telling you this really needs to get done, and you don't have the horses to get it finished. They have to figure out how to help you to get it there. So it's not you just telling them. So I'll end with that. I thank you all for being here all day today. Make sure, please, that you leave your name tags in your evaluations. And I want to thank the panel and all you, especially in your team, all the work you did getting this ready for today, and your leadership to put this event on. But I thank all the panelists for what you've done today, too. And then anything else I should have, Paul, I'm going to throw it to you to close it out.
Yeah, I would definitely like to thank everybody for participating in this. I know it was a great turnout of the individual entities that are going to be involved in this. And I'll reiterate once again, please don't try to do this just on your own. Use our directors for guidance on that. Please don't be the entity that waits until 12/31 and 19 to say, wow, I really probably ought to start doing this. Or if you're a school, 6:30 or 20 to say, maybe I need to start doing this kind of records. Can you come and audit me? No. It's something you really need to start talking about, looking at your records right now, analyzing the entities that are going to be your component units or have potential to be your component units, seeing exactly where you are, working throughout the year to come at the end of the year with a complete plan to be able to produce those financial statements. And like I say, thank you for participating. I'm going to let Tara say something if she wants to close it out.
Well,
And it's not, yeah, go ahead.
I'll say I'm overwhelmed now.
Okay, I'm going to take that back to Tara.
No, I mean, I am overwhelmed just because I'm thinking, besides all of this work that you guys are going to be doing, you do need a lot of guidance. And it's really hard for Paul's team to be that guidance because they're your external auditor. So, even in my mind, I'm the state's chief financial officer, so if I am still in office in January, I am going to try to get my arms around this and try to help guide at least some resources and help with templates and get out there and try to help. I mean, the state reports on GAAP, and Allen County has done it too, and you can do it. We're just going to take it one step at a time. Don't panic, because even if you don't get, I was just telling Tammy, we're all not going to get great audits the first time around. I mean, we haven't done GAAP before, so if you don't get it right the first time, there's not going to be a huge penalty. So, you guys, I am your cheerleader. We're going to do this, and I don't want you to have to spend a lot of money. So we're going to try to figure this out.
The association would want to help with this also. I mean, training and education is a big part of what we do. But as a previous county auditor sitting here thinking, oh my God, where do I begin? I think the first thing possibly we could do is maybe get a small group of people together to put maybe a step-by-step, here's where you start, and put it in some chronological order so that those of us who have sat and listened to this morning, a little overwhelmed, knowing we have to get this and we have to get this and we have to get this, maybe possibly have a step-by-step put together to get out to the people early in 19 that would work. And I would be most willing to step up for the association, both Pam and I would, to help with that.
And I think it's, one of the things Ernie was talking about, that where they come in and do an analysis of where your government entity is.
But even then, what do I need to do
A
to even
checklist
get
is
ready
good.
for
Maybe
that
that's number one on a
analysis?
checklist, have somebody come and see where I'm at.
Yeah.
I can be really honest, this is the first thing I did whenever I was a Point State examiner 5 years ago. Have somebody come in and analyze my department. Where am I at? I mean, it's easy to think where we're at. It's another story to actually find out where we're at. And those are all good information to get. So
The thing is,
checklists are always good.
I agree. And the thing is, we've done it before, so we can really help you with that as well.
I'll say one last thing, and I'll shut up, because I was probably shutting up, but, I would like to thank Ice Miller and RSM, and, you know, all the participants on the panel, which are my people as well, for coming here and helping put on today's, conference on this topic. It's extremely important, for us to go and move together and do this right.
Well, thanks again, and I hope you have an enjoyable ride home and enjoy the weekend with all the student knowledge that you have.